It's time to spill the tea. This is actually empty. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Your boy is a bit stressed. This is becoming too common. I don't like it. It's actually exam season. Bam! Let's just say life doesn't have much colour right now. Life is a bit black and white. So it kind of got me thinking about all the bad things about med school. So I thought in this video I'd talk about things I don't really like about med school, or reasons you shouldn't come to med school for the clickbaity title. And just before we get started, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. They're an online community for creators, and there's more than 25,000 classes in design and art and kind of anything. So yeah, I'll talk about them more later. I do actually like med school. I do like med school. I think I look so distressed, but low-key that's the vibe of the video, so at least I'm on theme. I like it. And I also realise that there's a lot of good things about med school, and that could be saved for another video. So I have thought of 5 reasons why you shouldn't come to med school. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the least bad and then slowly work my way down to the most bad. So the first reason I think you shouldn't come to med school is the cost. So you have to pay for your accommodation, your tuition fees. That adds up, that really adds up. I think my debt is nearly going to be in the 6-figure region. That's not very nice to have. That's kind of scary, just having like this 6-figure debt floating above your head. Also, London is so ridiculously expensive. I do not understand. So if you go to med school and you go to med school in London, whew, good luck. Good luck with the debt. That's why I gotta do some sponsored videos, guys. Another thing which links in is when you graduate from med school in the UK, you do not get paid very well. Like, yes, you get a decent salary, but it's not as much as people think. I know that like people think like, oh, doctor, like rich, and it's not really the case, especially for those years of training where you're kind of junior. You really don't get paid much, so I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah! Got my little notepad because I feel like I have memory loss. The second reason that I think you shouldn't come to med school is it's a very big commitment. 5 or 6 years minimum. You haven't signed a contract to be here. You can leave whenever you want, but you may as well have signed a contract because you feel like you have to stay here. Once you have gone through the application process and you have a place, I would not be able to let that go very easily. That can kind of conflict with what you truly want to do, and if you no longer enjoy it, you feel committed, so you can't really leave. Like a lot of my friends who didn't go to medical school have graduated or are graduating and are like living their lives, and I'm just like, I have 3 more years in this place. We're getting to the juicy ones now. These are the bad ones. Number 3 is the academic pressures. Med school is it's not easy. It's really not easy. Actually, right now I'm low-key stressed that I'm filming instead of studying. Story time at my university. I think this is kind of messed up, but we are ranked. Every single year in our exams, we are ranked. So they will tell you if you're in the top 10%, top 20%, 30%, 40%, all the way down to being in like the top 100%, which effectively means you were in the bottom 10%. And the thing is, like, for most years at med school, your ranking doesn't count for anything. It doesn't matter, like, it's just pass-fail. So I just think it's messed up that we're always competing against everybody else. On top of that, there is this pressure which I no longer really feel because I've kind of given up on this aspect, but there is a pressure to publish, to go to conferences, to present, to do shadowing. The list is endless. And no one is forcing you to do this, so I just don't have the energy to put my effort into things like this anymore. I just feel like this is one of the more unpleasant things about med school, because you're not just sort of pushing yourself and competing against yourself to do well, you're literally also competing against 300 other people who are super smart, and I just don't like that. I just don't think it needs to be a competition. On the flip side though, from this pressure, I guess I've gained a lot of really good experiences. Were they really good? A lot of useful experiences. I did 2 internships, research internships, and also my lab project this year. So admittedly, I did learn a lot about science. I learned a lot about research, which I'm sure somewhere down the line will come in useful or handy in some way. I don't look back on it with fond memories. I'm kind of like, I should have just spent summer on like a beach. I should have done something like enjoyable and relaxing. But you know, we live and we learn. Point 4, we're really getting to the juicy ones now. So point 4 is about burnout and lack of support. Burnout is when you have a complete loss of motivation and energy and you are just completely drained by whatever it is that you're doing. I am yet to experience serious burnout, but I feel like it's coming. It's coming somewhere in the future. And because it's exam season right now, I feel like I get hints of this, especially if I've been in the library for like 12 hours, which I kind of have to do leading up to exams. Towards the end of the day, I will feel so drained, like physically and mentally, and I feel like it carries on when you start working because your shifts are long, you don't really get many breaks, you have really emotionally demanding work, and then you have to do it the next day and do it the next day and you never really rest. So I feel like burnout is such a serious issue, and I also feel like there's not really much support for medical students or doctors. I mean, I don't really know where to go if I burn out. And also med school never really teaches you about these things. We have not really been extensively taught about burnout or about mental health in doctors, but I do think there is an issue with burnout and losing motivation. I'm still finding out how to best deal with stress, how to manage it. I don't really think I do it very well. I'm a work in progress. The last reason, and probably the most important reason I think you shouldn't come to med school, is the work-life balance, which kind of comes into all of the things before, but the work-life balance at med school and as a doctor is just terrible. Your life becomes medicine. You no longer have work and life, you literally have work and life. This is life, this is work. This year, more than any other year, I have really experienced this and just found it so unpleasant, where my life has just not been there anymore. It's not just me who feels like this. A lot of my peers, a lot of other people at medical school do feel the same way. I'm sure that there's like an imbalance in work and life. I feel like to maintain a good well-being, you have to have a good balance between working and then relaxing, and I feel like med school just tips that sometimes. In exam season, literally, my life is the library. My life is the library. So I've been trying my best to be more productive, and I know I could make more use of the free time that I do have, because a lot of the time I'll just spend it lying down in my bed when I could be doing something which would like uplift my mood. So this is where Skillshare comes in. So I have been using Skillshare to watch some productivity classes. The whole length of this course I'm watching, which is about making your ideal week, is like 30 minutes, and it's broken down into different classes. I've always been skeptical about these like productivity tips and classes and lessons, because I've always just been like, what do I need to hear? What can help me? I've actually found it surprisingly useful. One of the most useful things that I heard is to just make very small changes. They've got classes in like everything. I was watching another lesson on how to make better engaging content, so watch out guys, it's coming. If that sounds like something you would like to check out, then the first 500 of you will get a free 2-month trial with the link in my bio. I think that is one of the first times I've ever said that, link in bio, and an annual subscription is actually less than £10 a month. But yes, I am grateful to be at med school. I've learned so much, I just wouldn't, There are some downsides which it's good to be aware of, and I wasn't aware of these before I came here. I didn't know that this is what it was going to be like, so maybe it will help one of you. But I hope I see you guys again soon. Stay well, stay healthy, I hope you're all thriving. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!